Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to post the answers from Thursday from the problems. And then because there's no more turning in assignments and everything's in, I will post the answers to the Unit 2 test and the Unit 3 test. So if you want to pause real quick and go get your Unit 2 and Unit 3 and have those, that way you can check all your answers for those. And then I will have your study guide as a photo attachment on this one. Now, we're not doing any more assignments, so it's not an assignment. You just need to post underneath that you watched this video for your attendance. And I'll try to keep it short, even though we're going through these. That way you can just check answers and be on your way as far as to work on the study guide and study. But just post underneath that you watched, and that will be for attendance. Then tomorrow I will have the answers to the study guide that you can watch. And then I'm planning on posting your test on Wednesday and giving you those 2 days to do that last test, okay? And that will be not an assignment, but it will be a grade, so it'll be your last test grade going in there. So, okay, let's go through these. As far as the area of these figures, rectangles, you're just multiplying. So it's 45. And then 2 times 3 is 6. Okay, so 45, 6. Then here you're multiplying. So 6 times 12 is 72, but then you divide by 2. So it's 36. Okay. Same thing here. 4 times 7 is 28. Divide by 2 is 14. Okay. This one, same thing. 8 times 6 is 48. Divide by 2, you get 24. This one here, you do 6 times 5, which is 30. Divide by 2 is 15. Don't forget to divide the triangles by 2. This one, okay, the house, so you're doing 2 times 10, which is 20. Okay, and that's the area of the rectangle. And then because this has the same base, here it's 10, and you do 10 times 5, which is 50. And you divide that by 2, which is 25. So now you got the rectangle area, which is 20, the triangle, which is 25, and you add those together. And you get 45. Okay? All right. So that's the areas, and you'll want to know those so that you can check and be ready for the study guide for this last material over graphs and over areas and distance formula and percent of change. I think that's it. Okay, so let's do these here. The Unit 2 test first. We can check that one first. 6 out of 11. So 6 divided by 11. And I think I put round to the nearest percent. Yep. So round it. So move it twice and round it to the nearest percent, which means this goes up to a 5 because that's a 5, so it's 55%. Okay. 3 out of 4 is 3 divided by 4, which comes out to 75%. No rounding needed there. 15 out of 20 is also 75%. Okay, number 4 is 75 divided by 85. So it's 75 divided by 85. Is 88%, rounded to the nearest percent. Move the decimal twice. That's a 2, so it stays 88. Okay. Test scores. So you have to add all of these up. Okay, so let's do that. So we got 98 plus 79. I'm going to have to look through the plus 85 plus 90 plus 100 plus 90. Okay, so we got 542, and you divide that by however many numbers there are. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So divided by 6 is 90.3333. We round to the nearest percent is what it says, so it's going to be 90%. So the average there is 90. Number 6 is, let's add these up. So 80 plus 80 plus 85 plus 85 plus 90 plus 100. And we're dividing by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 again. And you get an 87% rounded to the nearest 10th, okay? Because it's 87. It's 86, but that goes up to a 7 because the other number is a 6. So 87%. Okay. Same thing on these. You're finding the mean, so you're finding the average. So you do it the same way, except these are, these aren't percentages because we're not working with percentages on these. We're doing a different kind of sample. It says round to the nearest 10th if you need to. So let's do these. So you've got 9 plus 15 plus 23 plus 18 plus 7 plus 18 plus 21. And there is 7 numbers. So you get, rounded to the nearest 10th is 15.9. Okay, that goes up to a 9. Okay, number 8, same thing. So there's 3 8s, so we're just going to make that 24. Add it up. 3 8s is 24. Oops. And then we're going to add 30, 14, 5, 2, and 10. So we get 85 when we add them all up. And there is 8 numbers. So we get 10.6 rounded to the nearest 10th. It stays a 6 because that's a 2. So 10.6. Okay, number 9 is we're doing the weighted grade. So 70% and 30%. 70% is like your, school here. 70% is test, and homework is 30. So we take the test total, which was 80, and we're going to multiply that times 70% times 0.7. Okay, that's 70%. So let's do that. 80 times 0.7 is a 56. Okay, so we're doing number 9. We're going to take a 56 plus whatever the homework was. The homework is 30% of 90. So we're going to do 90 times 0.3. That's 30%. We get 27. So 56 plus 27 is going to be an 83. Okay, 83%. Okay, number 10, test total was 70. So we're going to do 70 times 0.7. It's 49. And homework, 100 times 0.3 is going to come out to 30. You can try it on a calculator, 100 times 0.3. And so you add those together, and you get a 79. Okay. Meeting of these numbers, you need to put them in order. So I've already done that here on this key that I use to grade. So you put them in order. So like, it says 12, 18, 4, 7. So I put them in order as 4, 5, 5, 7, 8. The middle number, the one right in the middle, is 7. Okay, so number 11 was 7. Sorry for the shaking here. Okay, so you got 7. Then number 12, put these in order here. These you got to put them in numerical order. So starting with like 2. So we did that. And there was 2 middle numbers. So you have to average those. You have to add them together. You get 19. Divide by 2 because there's 2 numbers. Right in the middle is 9.5. So number 12 is 9.5. Okay. Number 13. Put them in order. And there is no middle number, but it's right in between 13 and 15. So add them together, you get 28. Divide by 2 is 14. So the median is 14 of that one. Okay. Number 14 is find the mode. So this one you're just trying to find the most, which in this case is 17. So the mode is 17. And then 15, there's no repeat number, so there is no mode. So the answer is no mode. So 14 was 17. 15 is no mode. Okay, so check those. I did a little bit of partial credit when I could, but that was the answers to the Unit 2 test. Unit 3 test, moving right along here, okay, was probabilities here. Okay, so let's do these. Rolling a 6. Now these, remember, you had to turn them into percents. So you couldn't just stop with a fraction. You had to turn them into a percent. Turn these probabilities to a percent. We're going to round to the nearest tenth when we need to. Okay, so let's start with number 1. Number 1 was a 1 out of 6 to roll a 6. And so let's divide 1 by 6. So we can turn that into a percent. So 1 divided by 6 is 16.7%. Oops. 16.7. Rounded to the nearest percent. Number 2 was rolling a 2 or a 5. That is possible, 2 or a 5. So that's a 2 out of 6 because you can roll a 2 or a 5. There's two numbers that are favorable. So let's divide 2 by 6. 2 divided by 6 is a 33.3%. Okay, number 3 was rolling an 8. Well, there's not even an 8 on a 6-sided die, so that's a 0% chance. Okay. Rolling an even number, so half the numbers, 3 out of 6, are even. You divide that, you're going to get 50%. Okay, then you get into the consecutive rolls. So now we're doing the where you multiply them. So rolling a 1 is a 1 out of 6, and then rolling a 6 is a 1 out of 6. Multiply the tops, multiply the bottoms, and then divide 1 by 36. And move the decimal twice. Why do I keep doing that? I'm asking a rhetorical question to a video. But it's 2.8%. Okay, rounded to the nearest tenth. Okay, number 7, drawing a king of diamonds. So now we're doing the drawing a card. So drawing a king of diamonds, there's 1 king of diamonds out of 52 cards. Reminds me of the 52 card pickup my sister used to play on me. 1 divided by 52 is, move the decimal twice, a 1.9%. Okay, drawing a queen. There's 4 queens, so you have a 4 out of 52. Which move the decimal twice, you have a 7.7%. Rounded, so you move it twice. And then the 6 goes up to a 7 because that's a 9. So 7.7%. Drawing a black card, that's half of the card, so 26 out of 52, which is 50%. Drawing a face card, and I made sure to include the aces are included in the face cards. So there's 4 aces, there's 4 jacks, 4 queens, 4 kings. Okay, that's all your face cards. So there's a total of 16 face cards out of 52. So 16 divided by 52 is a 30.8%. Okay. All right, drawing consecutive cards. So drawing an ace, putting it back, and then drawing a king. So 4 out of 52, there's 4 aces, putting it back so there's still 52 cards, and then drawing a king, so 4 kings. So you get 16 over 2,704. Okay, so let's divide that. 16 divided by 2,704 is a 0.6%. Move the decimal twice, and then round that up to a 6 because that's a 9. So 0.6%. That's even less than 1%. So it's 0.6%. Okay, number 12 was drawing a red card. So a red card is 13 out of 52. Oh, I'm sorry. Red card is 26 out of 52. I apologize. Not putting it back. So now there's only 51 cards. And drawing a black card. There's still 26 black cards. Even though you didn't put the red one back, there's still 26 of those. So you end up with... So 26 times 26 is 676 over 52 times 51 is 2652. Okay, so let's do 676 divided by 2652. And you get 25.5%. 25, put the decimal here, 0.5%. Oh, that's my cat that decided to help with applied math today. Okay, drawing a red card. Not putting it back. So drawing a red card is a 26 out of 52. Not putting it back, so now there's only 51. And drawing another red, so now there's only 25 red. So it's just a slight difference. Okay, so we still have 2652 on the bottom. Let's do 26 times 25 up top. So that's 650 now. And divide 650 by 2652. And you get a 24.5%. Not 25.5, but this one's 24.5. Goes down just a little bit because there was less favorable cards than in this one. All right, last one of the cards here is drawing a jack. So you had a 4 out of 52. Not putting it back. So now there's only 51 cards, and drawing another jack, but there's only 3 jacks because you didn't put the other one back. So you get 12 up top, you get 2652 on bottom, and so you need to divide 12 by 2652 and move the decimal twice. You get a 0.5. It goes up to 0.5 because that's a 5, so it's 0.5%. So that's also less than 1%. It's 0.5%. Okay. Then you get into the marbles. Okay. So drawing a red marble. There was 30 marbles first off. So drawing a red is a 7 out of 30. Okay, so 7 divided by 30 is a 23.3%. Okay, drawing a blue. So drawing a blue would be an 8 out of 30. So 8 out of 30. And where are we at? Okay, drawing a blue is 8 out of 30. And putting it back, so there's still 30. And drawing a green. There's 12 green. So drawing a blue is 8 out of 30. Putting it back and drawing a green is 12 out of 30. Multiply those two. So you get a 96 over 900. is a 10.7%. So 10.7% is 16. Okay, 17 was drawing a green. That was a 12 out of 30. So drawing a green is 12 out of 30. Not putting it back, so now there's only 29. And drawing a red. Okay, red is 7, so it's 7 out of 29. So multiply the tops, you get 84. And multiply the bottoms, you get 870. So 84 divided by 870 is a 9.7%. At the bottom of the page, so trying to hold on to the camera, and I just have a lot of excuses today. All right, 18 is drawing a yellow. There's 3 yellows, so it's a 3 out of 30. Okay, so 3 divided by 30 comes, that's 10%. So you move the decimal twice. So by now we should know we move the decimal twice. That's 10%. Okay. And the last one is drawing a red marble. So a red was 7 out of 30. Not putting it back, so now there's only 29. And drawing another red, but there's only 6 red now because you didn't put that red one back. So you're going to get 42 over 870. And let's do that one and we'll be done. 42 divided by 870. So you move the decimal twice. That's a 4.8%. Okay, so 19 is 4.8. So that's the answers to all. That's the answers to Thursday's work so that you can be ready for the study guide. Check those. And then I know some of you have been asking, but this with the deadline being last night to wait. So there's your Unit 2 and Unit 3. And then just make sure you do the photo today for the study guide, but you don't have to turn anything in. There's no assignment. So mark underneath here that you watched these or that you saw this. That way you can be counted here. Okay, so the study guide will help you get ready for this last test coming up this week. And then we'll be done. Great job, guys. Thank you. Bye.